started chapter number 5, Principle of Inheritance and Variations. In this chapter, till now we have discussed a definition of heredity, variation, the father of genetics, and we have also discussed why the experiment of Mendel are successful. Now today we have to learn the inheritance of a single gene, which is also called as monohybrid experiment. So let's start with an inheritance of a single gene. Okay, so today we have to learn regarding the inheritance of single gene. Okay, this we have to learn. That means how the single gene gets inherited, or that is transferred from a parent to an offspring. This inheritance of a single gene can also be called as monohybrid experiment. Okay, this experiment was performed by Mendel by considering only one character. Mono means a one, single. Okay, that's why this is called as monohybrid experiment, or it is also called as inheritance of a single gene. So what the Mendel has done? The Mendel has taken the parent generation P. I am denoting as a P. P means a parent generations. In the parent generations, now you know that which plant he has taken. He has taken the garden pea. That is a Pisum sativum L. That plant he has considered in his experiment. In the parent generation, he took a tall plant, okay, tall garden pea plant, and he has crossed this tall plant with a dwarf plant. Dwarf means a short plant. What he has done? He has done crossing between the tall and the dwarf plant of a pea, that is a garden pea. Okay. By crossing this, he obtained the first generation. What we are calling it as F1 generation. Okay, P means a parent generation. In the parent, he took the tall and the dwarf pea plant. In the F1 generations, by crossing this, he obtained the F1 generation. F means filial generation. Okay, F1 means filial generation 1. Okay, so he obtained the filial generation 1 by crossing between the tall and the dwarf plant. So what he obtained by crossing between these two, he obtained the plant in the F1 generation. All plants are tall. All plants are tall. This F1 generation he obtained. Now what he has done? He has crossed this tall plant which is obtained in the F1 generation. He has done a self-crossing. Okay, and he obtained F2 generation. Okay, you know the meaning of F2 generation. F2 means it is filial generation 2. A second generation is obtained by a self-crossing of F1 generation. So what he obtained? He obtained the 4 variety of a plant. Okay, clear? So you can say there are 2 variety. Specifically, I am telling the 2 variety of a plant he obtained: tall, and the second one is a dwarf. These are the main 2 varieties of a plant he obtained: tall and the dwarf. This is a Mendel's monohybrid experiment, or it is an inheritance of a single gene. Okay, I again repeat, what is his experiment and what is the observation of his experiment. Then we will see later on. We are observing that why this is happening. We try to correlate with it. So what the Mendel has done, I am just explaining you what the Mendel has done in the monohybrid experiment or the inheritance of a single gene. It is a monohybrid experiment, means he took a one character, mono. Here the character is a plant height or the shoot height or stem height. He has selected as a parent. One parent is a tall, the another parent is a dwarf. He has done the cross between them and he obtained the F1 generation. Okay, so in the F1 generation, all the plants were tall. Okay, in this, all the plants which were tall, he has done the self-crossing, means he has done the crossing between the 2 plants of F1 generation, and he obtained the F2 generation. In the F2 generation, few plants are tall and the few are dwarf plants he obtained. Okay, so this is the result he obtained. Now based on that, there are few questions that comes in the mind. Like here in the parent generation, there is a tall plant, the another one is dwarf plant. So when the tall and the dwarf plant has been crossed or hybridized, the intermediate height of a plant is not going to be produced. It produced either of these character. Like see here only a tall character has been produced. Clear? The another question that comes in the mind is that in the F1 generation, all the plants were tall. When these tall plants were self-crossed, means both the plants were tall, still in the F2 generation, we can get the dwarf plant or the short plant. How this is happening? Okay, so there is a question that comes into our mind, why this is happening? Okay, and he found that, or he concluded that there is a something which is going to be transferred from a parent to a next generation stably. Okay, there is some stable thing that is going to be transferred from a parent to an offspring. He called this thing as a factors. What he called? He called it as a factor. Okay, and nowadays we are calling it as genes. Okay, he at that time when he was doing experiment, he found that there is a something which is transferred in an unchanged form and in a stable form into a next generation. He called it as factors, and we are calling it as genes nowadays. So the gene is considered as the basic unit of heredity. Gene is a unit of gene is a unit of heredity. Clear? So which is a unit of a heredity? You have to remember which is a unit of a heredity, that is a gene. Okay, so he has done this. Now I will explain you how he has done the experiment. He has selected a one plant, that is a garden pea, that is a Pisum sativa male. He has taken the flower. This is the flower. Okay, in the flower, what he has taken? He has taken a flower of a tall plant. Okay, as a male. So this is a male which he has taken. Okay, actually it is a bisexual flower. So what he has done initially, it is a bisexual flower. That means it contains a both. Okay, I am just drawing this. Assume that this is a flower of tall plant. Okay, it is a bisexual flower, so it contains both. It contains a stamen as well as it also contains a carpet. Okay, both are present. Okay, now what he has done? He has removed the anther from it. The anther has been removed. Clear? Now it becomes a female flower because the anther has been removed. So now it becomes a female flower. Okay, clear? So now it has only a female. Okay, this is considered as a female flower. Okay, by removing it. Now this flower has been crossed with another flower. It has been crossed with another flower. Okay, which is have a pollen grain. Okay, this is the pollen grain that is present in it. That is a stamen. Stamen contains a anther and anther contains a pollen grain. There is a pollen grain is dusted over here, and this is a, you can say that it is a male flower. Okay, from male flower the pollen grain are dusted on it, and this is a female flower. So this is a parent generation. When the pollen grain are transferred over here, he obtained the seeds. He obtained the seeds. And by these seeds, he obtained the F1 generation. What he obtained? F1 generation. That is a filial generation. So this is a procedure how he has done. I again repeat how he has done. He took a flower. Okay. He has done experiments on a garden pea. So he has took the flower from a garden pea. Garden pea is a bisexual flower. So he has removed the anther. And just there is a carpel in it. So now it becomes a female flower. Now there is a one flower that is he has selected from a short plant of a pea. From this he has taken just a pollen grain. So here it is a tall plant and this one is a dwarf plant. Dwarf plant. He has crossed in between this. That means a pollen grain from a dwarf plant has been dusted on the stigma of a tall plant or the carpel of a tall plant, and due to a fertilization the seeds are going to be produced. That seeds he has utilized to produces the F1 generation. And same thing he has done from generate the F2 generation from F1. Just the difference is that here he has done the self crossing. Self crossing means he has done the crossing between the two plants of F1 generation and he obtained the F2 generation. So this is a procedure how he has done it. Okay, clear? But this procedure is not important, or already we have done in the chapter number 2 what we call it as artificial hybridization. You already know that emasculation and bagging technique. By the same technique he has performed it. Okay, but it is easy to perform into a garden pea because the garden pea is easy to cultivate and they are the self fertile. Okay, so this is very easy in the case of a garden pea. So this is the procedure what he has performed. Now you know that see here there is a tall plant, a dwarf plant. Still all the plants in the F1 generation are tall. Even there is not intermediate height of a plant, or there is even not a short plant. Okay, even in the F1 generation both the plants were tall. Still in the F2 generation you are getting a dwarf plant. That means there is a something that is transferring from a parent to a offspring in a stable form or in an unchanged form. Mendel called it as factor and we are calling it as genes. So he tried to express in the form of a gene. Okay, let us remember he took the parent generation, P generation, parent generation, tall plant. So the tall is defined as capital T, capital T. Okay, he has crossed this tall plant with a dwarf plant. The dwarf plant is denoted as small t, small t. Okay, so this is a tall plant and this is a dwarf plant. These are the genes which are present in it. The capital T indicates for tallness and the small t indicates for dwarfness. Here you cannot write D for dwarf you cannot write. Okay, clear? Because why you cannot write, that we will see in the next session. You just have to write the small t. Remember, capital T and the small t, they are considered as alleles of each other. Okay, what they are called as alleles. Capital T and the small t, they are considered as alleles of each other. Okay, that means these two genes are responsible for two contrasting characters. One is a tallness, the second one is a dwarfness. So here the two contrasting characters. So that's why they are denoting for two contrasting characters. That's why we are calling it as alleles. Okay. Now what he has done, by crossing this tall and the dwarf plant, what he has obtained in the F1 generation, he obtained all plant as a tall. Okay, how he has obtained? Let's see. You should know that how there is a formation of a gamete takes place. Listen or learn it thoroughly. In the gamete formation, the genes are going to be distributed. The genes are going to be distributed into a gamete. So here capital T, capital T. So in the one gamete it goes one T. On the another gamete it goes another T. If you see the another one, see, same. If you lead to a formation of the gametes of it, then it forms small t, and the another one, it's called as a small t. Okay, clear? So what happens? Now there is a crossing. So what is the possibility in the F1 generation? What is the possibility in the F1 generation? I am writing the F1 generation over here. Now, see the possibility. When it is crossed like this, is crossed with this. This is the one possibility. What is going to be happen? Capital T, small t. Okay. Now this one is crossed with this. See how I am crossing from one gamete from this side, another gamete from this side. Okay. So and they fuse together form capital T, small t. Similarly, like this, from one gamete from this, another gamete from this. There are four possibilities. So capital T, small t. Like this, capital T, small t. So the all plants which were obtained in the F1 generation has the gene capital T, small t, and these all are tall. These all are tall. That indicates that even though the gene for a dwarfness is present, small t is present, but still all the plants were tall. Even both are present together. So also that there is no blending, mixing of character does not occur. That means intermediate characters are not produced. So this is what going to happen in the case of F1 generation. So in the F1 generation, all the plants they are going to be produced as capital T and small t. Okay. Now I am moving ahead. He has also produced the F2 generation. So how the F2 generation has been produced? Let's see how the F2 generation has been produced. Now we know that in the F1 generation, he has planted capital T small t. All the plants are capital T small t. Now he has done the self crossing. What he has done? Self crossing. Now do the same thing. Make a gametes. The gametes of capital T small t, you just have to separate it. Capital T, small t, capital T, small t. Now one gamete from one parent, another gamete from another parent. So mix this. So what it has? Capital T, capital T. Another possibility. Capital T, small t. This one. Small t, capital T. But for easy understanding, I am writing like this. Capital T, small t. And this one, it is small t, small t. Okay. So thus he obtained the second generation, what we are calling as F2 generation, filial generation 2. This plant, capital T is a tall, capital T small t also tall, capital T small t is also tall, and the small t is a dwarf plant. Thus he obtained the results. So in the F2 generation, 3 plants were tall and the 1 plant is a dwarf. Such kind of a result is going to be obtained. Okay. So this is a Mendel's monohybrid experiment. This is Mendel's monohybrid experiment. So if you see the parent generation, he took the tall plant, okay, capital T, and he took the dwarf plant, small t. See here, capital T, both are same. So such kind of a plant is called as homozygous. It's called as homozygous. Okay, so I can call it as homozygous tall. Here also same, so I can call it as homozygous dwarf. But here if you see in the F1 generation, capital T small t is a tall, but they are not same. So I can call it as heterozygous. It's called as heterozygous tall. Okay, if both the alleles are same, then you can call it as homozygous. If they are different, then it is called as heterozygous. It is okay. So this is called as homozygous tall. It is called as homozygous dwarf, and this is called as heterozygous tall. Okay. Now even you can see that what it is. It is a heterozygous tall. Heterozygous tall. This is homozygous tall. Heterozygous tall. Heterozygous tall, and homozygous dwarf. Okay. Such kind of the results are obtained. So I am explaining you how he has done the experiment. In the parent generation, one parent is homozygous tall, another parent is homozygous dwarf. He crossed between them, and in the F1 generation, he obtained the heterozygous tall. When heterozygous tall is self-crossed means F1 generation is self-crossed, same. Okay, he obtained one homozygous tall, 2 heterozygous tall, 1 homozygous dwarf. Okay. So this tallness, this is a characteristic, or dwarfness is a characteristic. We are calling it as phenotype. What we are calling as phenotype. Okay. So if you compare the phenotype in F2 generation, F2, barabar? So this is a phenotype, tall, dwarf. So from the 4, how many tall are there? 3 tall are there. So the phenotypic characteristic according to a Mendel experiment is 3:1. Okay, what is the phenotypic characteristic? Phenotype means its characters. Okay, so here the character is tallness, dwarfness. Okay, clear? How many tall? 3 tall. Okay, and how many dwarf? It is 1 dwarf. So he obtained the ratio of 3:1 in which generation? F2 generation. In F1 generation, all the plants were tall. Okay. Now if you see the genotype, if you see the genotype, this is called as genotype, capital T or capital T small t. So how many capital T? There is only a one capital T. How many capital T small t? Here you can see 2 capital T small t, and how many small t? It is a 1. So if you see the genotypic ratio, genotypic ratio in the F2 generation, I am writing over here. What is a genotypic ratio in F2 generation? Genotype, capital T, small t, that is 1:2:1 in F2 generation. Which generation? F2 generation. So the genotypic ratio in F2 generation is 1:2:1, and the phenotypic ratio is 3:1. Phenotype means it's a character, genotype that means a gene. Okay, so similar kind of experiment can be done with any of the character or any single gene. This is called as inheritance of a single gene, or it is called as monohybrid experiment. What it is called? It's called as a monohybrid experiment. Clear? So this is a genotype and this is a phenotype. Okay, 3:1 and 1:2:1. Such kind of the ratios are going to be obtained. Okay. Now there are questions that why this is going to happen, or why the F1 generation has only tall plant, and even in F1 generation all the plants were tall, still we are getting a dwarf plant in the F2 generations. The answer of this that will be discussed in the next session. Okay, so I hope you know that what is a genotype, what is a phenotype. Genotype, that means the genes. You have to find out its ratio. Okay, what is a phenotype? The phenotype is the characters. So the phenotypic characteristic in the F2 generation is 3:1, 3 tall, 1 short, and the genotypic ratio is 1:2:1. 1 is capital T, 2 are capital T small t, and the another one is small t. Okay, such kind of the ratio you can obtain. The same thing can also be expressed in the mathematical equations. I will show you how the mathematical equation can be utilized. But before I show you, I just want to tell you that when the Mendel has performed the experiment in the F2 generation, one of the success reason of Mendel experiment is that he took the large sample size. So in the F2 generation total he obtained the 1064 plants. How many plants he obtained in the F2 generation? 1064 plants. From this 1064 plants obtained in the F2 generation, 787 plants were tall, 787, and the 277, okay, their plants are dwarf. Remember these numbers. In the F2 generation, Mendel has obtained how much plant? Total 1064. From this 1064, 787 plants were tall, 277 plants were dwarf. That means he obtained the ratio of 3:1. Okay, so this is called as Mendel's experiment. Same thing can be expressed by mathematical equation as well as the Punnett square method. This is a gamete formation, but I will also show you the another method that is called as a Punnett square method. So let's start with the Punnett square method. You can also obtain the same thing by this Punnett square method. This method was developed by a scientist. It is British geneticist. It was obtained by this scientist, Reginald C. Punnett. That's why we are calling it as Punnett square method. Okay. What we are doing in this Punnett square method? The parent generation here we are taking same like this. The parent generation is capital T. It's crossed with small t. Okay, this is a tall plant, homozygous tall. This is a dwarf plant because the small t indicates for a dwarf. Now what you have to do? You have to make a square. Okay, in this you have to make a square. This is a square which is going to be made. Clear? On the one side, suppose assume that this is a, you can take either of, this is a female plant and this one is a male plant. So you have to form the gametes. A gametes that you have to write on one side of male gamete, on another side you have to write the female gametes. Okay? So how would you write? Here you will write, see, one gamete capital T, okay, and the another gamete is capital T. Similarly, its gamete small t, one t, and the another one is small t. Now you have to see which kind of the cross it can make. Okay. Instead of that, you can also make the another kind of a square. I am telling you the easy type of a square, so it will be a lot easier for you. Instead of such kind of a square, I will show you the square like this. This is very simple square. Okay. On one side you can take the male gamete, on the another side you can take a female gamete. So suppose on this side I am taking a female gamete, on this side I am taking a male gamete. See, just take a gamete. This will be a lot easier for you compared to a previous one. This is a square, you have to make any square. So one t, another t, small t, small t. Now combine the characteristic. Let's see the combine the characteristic. Capital T, small t, capital T, small t. Okay, capital T, small t. See, you have to write down in the box whatever it is. This row, the column. This row, this column. Now this row and this column. So capital T, small t. This row, this column. Capital T, small t. You obtain. So this is, thus you obtain the first generation, F1 generation. Which generation is obtained? F1. In the F1 generation, you can see capital T, small t. All the plants were tall. All the plants were tall. Okay. Such kind of the characteristic you have obtained. Now what he has done, you also know that in the how he has obtained the F2 generation. He took the capital T, small t from F1 generation and he has done the self cross. He has done the self cross. Okay. This is a F1 generation. Now do the same method. Make a square. Okay. Make a square. Okay. One is a female, the another one is a male. Okay. Here is to make a square. Okay. See, on one side there are the female gametes, on the another side there are the male gametes. So here capital T in a female, one is capital T, another one is small t. Similarly over here in a male, one is capital T, another one is small t. Now to combine it in a box, row and column, capital T, capital T. So I write over here capital T, capital T. This capital T, small t. Clear? Similarly like this, small t, capital T, but for easy understanding I am writing like this, capital T, small t, and like here, small t, small t. Okay? So here you can see these three plants are tall. Okay, capital T is also tall, capital T, small t is a tall, this is also tall, but this one is a dwarf. So what is the ratio is obtained? 3:1. And what is the genotypic ratio is obtained? So phenotypic ratio is 3:1. The genotypic ratio is obtained 1. These are 2. So genotypic ratio, these two are same. Okay, 1:2, 2:1. Okay, such kind of the ratios they are will be obtained. Okay, you can also perform with the use of a mathematical equation. Like here, you can say that here capital T. So in a one gamete, capital T, another gamete, capital T. So can I write the 1/2 T? Okay, plus 1/2 small t. So what you have to do? This is a very simple equation. Ax plus by whole square. Ax plus by whole square. Okay, or do the a plus b whole square. Simply apply the equation. A plus b whole square. You know that. What is the expanded form? A square plus 2ab plus b square. Similarly, you have to do over here. So it is one thing. This is a 1. 1/2 capital T, 1/2 small t. That's whole square. You get the F2 generation. See how it is obtained. 1/2 its square is 1/4 square capital T, capital T. A square. Okay. plus 2ab, 2a, this is a 1/2 capital T into b, that is a 1/2 small t, and the last one is 1/2 small t square, so 1/4 small t small t. Now convert it 2 to minus, so now what you obtain? Here I am directly writing 1/4 capital T plus 2 to cancel, so it's only 1/2 capital T small t plus 1/4 small t small t. So this is also a way by which you can obtain the phenotype. Here it's a 4 2 4. Okay, we can take a LCM. If we take a LCM, the LCM is a 4. Okay, so here it becomes a 4. I have to multiply by 2 on both the sides. So if you see, if you make 4 4 4, so now it becomes a 1 2 1. That is a phenotypic ratio. 1 capital T, 2 capital T small t, 1 small t small t. So this is a equation. This is a equation by which you can also calculate. Okay, I will give you one more example. Instead of this 1/t that you have to do with homework, here there is a 50% chances, so I will put the 1/2 t plus 1/2 small t. Okay, but you can also do this, you have to do in a homework. 3/4 capital T plus 1/4 small t. Okay, this is the chances. 75% chances are that capital T occur, 25% chances are that small t occurs. Okay, expand it in equation. This you have to do in a homework. You have to tell me what is a phenotypic ratio that is obtained. What is a phenotypic ratio that is obtained? Okay, so that's all about it. The monohybrid experiment. It is very much important. Even many topics in this chapter, they are related with it. Okay, so learn it thoroughly and do the needful. Okay, students, keep learning, keep watching, like and subscribe this channel. Thank you for watching.